I'm already live. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome to the jungle, huh? Okay. Welcome to the jungle, right? All right. um, so I'm going to do the morning energy reading, and then I'm going to do the morning energy reading, and then we're just gonna have a little chit chat. I might stay on for a little while because I didn't go to the gym and I gotta talk. I'm a Gemini moon and Venus. I talk a lot. I talk a lot. I think I'm in the right field. Okay. So, how was eclipse energy for you guys? Obviously, potent yesterday, but also still going to be unfolding for the next few weeks and even months, right? I think of what happened, but I think there was a pinpoint for me where I was like, oh yeah, this shit is real. Everything played out yesterday. Everything played out exactly how I predicted it was going to play out. And I'm okay with it because it was extremely karmic. It was extremely eye-opening. It was extremely lessons learned type of energy for me. And it just played out, nobody can say astrology isn't real because it's just the eclipse hit me in the third house. Communication, social groups, circles, friends, neighborhoods, local groups, community, okay? Mercury energy, right? I went to a wellness picnic with my neighborhood, third house, friends with old friends that I also have some sort of karmic situation with that did end yesterday. Energetically, it ended. I haven't had a conversation, but I probably will have a conversation because Mercury rules communication. So I will speak about it with her eventually. But the download Pisces, because it's on the Virgo Pisces axis, as soon as I opened my eyes, not when I say open my eyes, as soon as I became conscious yesterday, I always do this thing, especially when I start getting a lot of downloads. When I become conscious, I don't open my eyes. I keep my eyes closed, and I started getting all of these downloads. And I got my phone out and started just speaking everything that was being downloaded into me. And it was literally the eclipse energy that I needed to know. And when I tell you, I'm so glad that I wrote it down because I watched it play out in real time yesterday. This is how I know I'm tuned in and tapped in. Everything that I wrote down, and there's even some manifestations to come to me this week, which the fact that that was confirmed makes me very excited because I know the other things are going to come through for me. This is why meditation is so important. I was just speaking to my cousin this morning, also third house themes, about her reading a book on meditation, and she's getting back into it. And I was like, yeah, my whole Aries channel, I always have to remember this. This channel was birthed through meditation. And literally, when I wasn't like really meditating every single day, they told me the channel was going to be called Aries. They told me it was going to be an all Aries channel. Like, you really have to lock in if you really want something, because other than that, you can't complain. If you don't lock in to your God-given ability to connect to source energy, what are we talking about? Like, what are we complaining about? What are you know what I'm saying? Do you just want to hear yourself complain? Because other than that, I remind everybody that you have all of the answers inside of you already. You just have to sit fucking still. Like, that's about it. You have to sit still. Hello, guys. I have my backup contacts in, so let me pull up the chat so I can actually read it and actually communicate with you. But yeah, the eclipse played out for me exactly how, and I got a download that I was going to have to cut someone off, and it was in real time. Me seeing their actions in real time, which was like, oh yeah, this energy drains me, and this energy from this person drains me, and this new energy that's in my life actually is where I need to be going in the direction of, not necessarily the person, but the energy and the frequency. Van Noise. Am I saying that? Noise Cali? Is that where you're from? Hello. Ariana says yesterday during the day, meet up with old friends and fun. Then in the night, meet up with ex and conversation that got me too emotional this morning. Woke up very calm. When you tell me your situation that you went through yesterday, put your rising sign so we can all see. The eclipse energy last night was amazing. It felt powerful. I feel like a new person. I was able to let go of the love of my life with my head held high. Boundaries and standards are real. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What's your rising sign? Cleared out the air with family issues, put old issues and wounds to rest with my mother. I felt very relieved. Wasn't it? I told you it was a very karmic, and I said this in the reading, it was a very karmic, I mean, it just is. It was just a very karmic and fated eclipse yesterday, because that's what they are. And it felt that way, right? If you did not go against the energy, it's gonna feel like a relief, right? Even if it hurts, right? Even if it's something that like, man, damn, I gotta let this go. Man, like sucks, you know. That was my favorite jump off, or you know, that was my favorite side, you know, or I really like her. You know, I really love her, but she gotta go, or he gotta go, or this has to go. Because if you admit it and you're like, yeah, this hurts, this sucks, but it has to go. After there will be a peace, right? Peace that transcends all understanding. There will be a peace that comes that you don't even understand where this peace is coming from, but the fact that that is like your confirmation, that's your energetic confirmation that you're making the right decision. Not and those two things can coincide, okay? Peace doesn't always mean happiness. Remember that. It just means that you are at a calm state, and sometimes it really can't. You could still be sad about a situation and still have peace, is what I'm saying. Okay, you could still be sad about a situation and still have peace. All right, because what is it to gain the world and lose yourself? Hold on a second. Before I even started, the dogs are outside. I'm an Aries from the Philippines. Are you living there currently? Aries rising. My son's an Aries rising. What was that around? Aries risings, I think the eclipse hits you around the 6th house, which would be your daily routines, your own sacred rituals that keep you in flow, your health, because that's literally the Virgo house. Things that keep you healthy, sane, productive. All right. That was the 6th house, Aries risings. Got invited to start doing in-person readings at a shop I found. I wasn't looking to do readings. A simple conversation opened doors. Never thought about doing readings. Beautiful. So something opened up for you. And that's what it was about. Remember, it was a new moon, right? New moon in Virgo. New moon. Solar, partial solar eclipse. So it's a newness. But the thing about new energy, it's like the death card. You got to let something go in order to fully embrace a new situation. It just is what it is. That is what it is. You have to do that. So let's take a look here. You guys can keep telling me your situations. Virgo rising, that was hitting your 1st house. Let's see here. If I'm a Cancer, that was my 3rd. Leo, that would have been around your 4th house. Your home. That's around your home. I have to take a look at that, but let me make sure, because I don't want to be saying anything, spitting out the wrong facts. Let's make sure. I'm pretty sure. Or your 2nd. Leo rising, I think it was your 2nd. Let's see. I want to say it was your 2nd. I'm gonna, yep, the 2nd. So it's around your self-worth and finances. All right. So I'll get back to that. Let me do the morning energy reading and see where we're going now. I'll probably have a weekly a little later this evening because I have to finish cleansing and cleaning. I only got to clean my front area and I got to purge a lot of things in my room. I haven't even slept in my room in the last 2 days because it's so cluttered. And that's going to be a whole spiritual thing there that I do. So I'm going to start cleaning out. Thank you so much to whoever Edward Alexander, I think it is, sent me $10. I'm assuming it's through the channel. Thank you so much. What else I was about to say? I forgot. All right. Thank you to, I think it's Salika, I think. She sent me a video over the weekend that was pretty much confirmation about me moving because I have been going back and forth, but a lot of things have been showing me God's calling me to move. Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Melissa. I was expecting to hear a death yesterday, so maybe that's what it is, because the aneretic degree can be literal passings. So they died on an eclipse. I'm so sorry to hear that. All right, let's take a look here. This is for Aries. Holy Spirit, spirits, and angels, please allow me to deliver a message for the Aries collective. What do we have? TikTok. All right, wasn't expecting that. At the bottom of the deck, blessed. This card has been at the bottom almost all last week. Every time I pulled the card, it was at the bottom. It keeps showing up. So there's a reminder, you're blessed. TikTok. Time is up for a situation. That is, I already feel that is right on track. Especially for the people who know that something is done, it's time to go, and you didn't release it just yesterday. It doesn't matter if it wasn't just on that day. Yesterday, the eclipse energy, you're going to feel it for the next, very potently for the next few weeks and probably even months for some of you, how it's going to play out. So TikTok, it could represent timelessness, divine timing, and immeasurable time. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. Okay. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the best is behind them and the future ahead of them. The past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything creativity, beauty, chaos, and order were happening now, in the now, in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire. So release your agenda. Ooh, I need that word. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. So the relationship message here says, for the lovers out there, love the fulfillment of desire. Even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart. Let's see here. In perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. That's beautiful. And the prosperity message here says your prosperity is co-created by your endeavors as they occur in human-made time and the eternal efforts of your most important manifestation partner, spirit, in a divine, measureless time. So keep doing what you're doing. Stay positive and make a commitment to remain in a high vibration, thoughts, and feelings. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you will align with your highest calling and your highest good in no time at all, like magic. So what's all the fuss about not having enough time? The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. I can't see those comments. It just looks like a jumble of words. Let's see what you're saying. Oh, you and your mom are, yes, me too. Me and my mom had a talk. Ironically, we have been planning on moving to Thailand separately, and we have going to make a big change. Hey, Angie. Hello. Angie's going to be helping me edit my videos. Oh, that's another thing before I move on to the reading. I put a pause on the Patreon for a month. Like I said I was going to give a free month, so nobody will be charged for the next month. I also have a link that I'm going to post in the community tab for anybody wanting to join for free for the next month, because it's going to give me a way to catch up on all the content that I have not posted and haven't done. And I don't want anybody paying for anything if I haven't posted anything. Now that I finally have Angie there, who's going to be helping me, things will be flowing, and there will be content posts this month, but it'll be free. Okay. So just to let you guys know, I finally figured that out as promised. Because I finally have somebody helping me. And look at that. Angie is actually a Virgo sun. Is that coincidence? I think not, that we connected through a Virgo eclipse, but she's an Aries rising. I mean, come on. You cannot tell me astrology is not real. All right. And that is exactly what I need, a Virgo person to help me get shit done, because I can't. All right, here we go. Let's take a look here. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. And y'all go check out her channel as well. I've actually, she added me on Instagram, and follow her story to recovering. Just go ahead and tap on her name. You'll go to her channel. All right, so let's take a look here. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. All right. My nose is shiny. All right. Oh, I have so many Virgos in my family. I think this is why I am so lackadaisical, because I know everybody else around me is going to take care of it. All right, so let's take a look here. They're going to stress enough. A Virgo will stress enough for you. All right, they're going to get it done. Let's take a look. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. What do we have here? Oh, beautiful. Look at that. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is the overall energy for today. Spiritual alignment, the choices and the decisions that you have made thus far. Spirit is telling you that you are in alignment to your happiness, your divinity, and where you're going. The 10 of Cups can also be a beautiful relationship that is coming into your life, has entered your life. And I will also say has maybe come to a completion, but it's a good thing. It's not nothing bad. We have to look at things that leave our life as not negative, but also as blessings as well. I think I'm gonna read this card as well, the blessed card. Just because something comes to an end doesn't mean that it was bad. It's just its cycle has ended. Okay. So I feel though that this energy here is leading you, some sort of decision that has been made is leading you to your happiness. And with the overall energy with the TikTok is saying that there is no rush. Time is not real. It's an illusion. So don't feel like you're behind. Don't feel like, even if you feel like you're on track, you're right. Time is an illusion. Everything is going to happen the way it should happen in the time it's going to happen, and it needs to happen. Okay. What is the challenge here for Aries? The Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups is all about, it could be about chivalry, but it's about following your dreams and following your heart. Having the courage to do so, tapping into your intuitive side, your intuition, and actually taking actionable steps to pursue whatever is calling you. Look at that. Wow, this is so beautiful. And it leads you to the Lovers, which the Lovers can be a soulmate connection. It could be a relationship that is divinely guided. Let me cover up their naked parts. But it also could be you connecting to your higher purpose. And it could be through someone, partnerships, because this can represent partnerships and duality. All right. Is there someone who you are spiritually aligned to or connecting to or disconnecting from? Right. Because remember, this eclipse could be eclipsing something out. That could be leading you to the thing that you need to be aligned to. Right. Just like I said before, when you have to align to something better, a lot of times you have to disconnect to what is not serving you. That's the only way that you can hold that or hold space for that. So it looks like you're moving in a direction that is aligning you to something higher purpose, higher calling, but it could be karmic in a sense. Meaning when I say karmic, I mean that You chose this before you incarnated into this world. A relationship, a partnership, a lover, a purpose. What was coming out is completion, the world card. The world card is a card of success, but it also means that something has ended. Something is done. There's a cycle that is over. Okay. This also could represent travel. This also could represent, and when I say travel, I mean distant shores type of travel, not short distance travel, which is the ninth house theme. Short distance is third house themes. But it also can represent a cycle that is ending. And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, look at these cards. It's saying here, whatever is ending into your life right now is putting you right on track with where you need to be. Okay. You're not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. And whatever conversations that needed to be had, whatever situations and chapters that needed to be closed out, let them. Okay. Let them be closed out, move away from it, because you're moving into something higher. I'm seeing the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. So this is an energy that could be feeling like you're very conflicted. I look at the 5 of Wands sometimes as child's play, in a sense of that inner child type of conflict that we have with ourselves, right? Sometimes we've learned as a child how to work through that, and a lot of times we haven't. So we go through conflict. I got face cream in the back of my nose. Okay. We go through conflict. Okay. Inner conflict, mental conflict. And this is around the actions and decisions that we're trying to make. This energy right here, we go through this almost all the time, every single day. When we fight ourselves, we fight our intuition. We fight what we're being told. Like, I should do this. I know I should do this. I feel I should do this. But then the but comes in. And then it's but what if this? But what if that? You understand? But what if it fails? What if it, you know what I'm saying? And it's always usually a negative but, isn't it? It's never, but what if it works out? But what if it's great? But what if it's grand? You know, what if it's a relationship that lasts a lifetime, or the perfect job, or whatever? And so these are the things that we have to kind of reframe our way of thinking around, because conflict does come up. We're human. Internal mental conflict, sometimes around the direction that you're going in. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Swords, which is all about meditation, rest, calming yourself. The answers will come. 8 of Swords here is an energy of self-sabotage, thinking about the negative things that could happen, and then you feel powerless. Then you feel stuck. What is the final message here for Aries? It's the 6 of Swords. Beautiful. So the 6 of Swords talks about peace, harmony, balance, hope, and mental clarity. And it comes right after the 5 of Swords, right? This is an energy of being in conflict, right, with yourself or others, because this can represent an argument with other people, but sometimes it's an internal conflict that is telling you that you are not capable of doing something that you are. The 5 of Swords is an energy of withholding the truth. So if this is another person, it could be like manipulation. Someone is manipulating you by not telling you the full story or the full truth. So if it is with somebody else, but if it was you, same thing. 6 of Swords is saying that you're moving on to calmer waters, or allowing yourself to have peace of mind. And the only way that you can allow yourself to have peace of mind is by sticking to your truths. Sticking to your truths, right? Not everyone is going to like what you do or say or are. But whose problem is that? It's not yours, it's theirs, right? As long as you're not hurting anyone, you're allowing yourself to be happy and in alignment to your true happiness. 10 of Cups is the overall energy. Then you're okay. You're doing exactly what you came here to do. You came here to find joy in a world that is trying to rob you of it. And so when you stay spiritually in alignment to the things that you enjoy, to the things that you love, to the people that you love, and you don't compromise who you are for someone else's happiness, it could be a sad day in their world. But as long as you're okay with you and the things that you do and the things that you produce and you say, then you're in alignment. You are in alignment with source energy. And that's the thing that you have to remember. So many times we're trying to figure out so many different things and how to make everyone around us happy. And I promise you, if you're in alignment and you're happy, a lot of times that's going to raise the vibration of the people that are around you. Now, some it may trigger, depending on what frequency they're in. A lot of times when people see your happiness and joy and they don't know how to get to theirs, then you're the problem, right? Not that they won't allow themselves to be So, all right. So that is what I had to say for the day. Anybody else have anything to say? Aries Sun, Sagittarius rising. Who else is a Sagittarius rising? Oh, I'm about to do somebody's chart that's a Sag rising. And Virgo moon. Ooh, well, this eclipse could have been a doozy for you too, Brittany. I think Sagittarius rising, I want to say that it was hitting around the 4th house. Angie says, other people's opinions are absolutely none of my business. Like, it's so much easier that way. This is so true. This is so true. Taurus rising, I felt all overwhelmed like last Monday, but eclipse time, I was mellow and settled in my inner knowing. Yeah, it felt good. There was a calmness. I would say you still have time to meditate. I am, Felicia, is that you? I am still doing charts. Something that I learned how I think that makes charts more enjoyable for me is if I speak. The whole PDF, written thing, I will give you a written version of the chart, but I think I'm going to make videos now. You might not see my face because I don't feel like putting my hair and everything together. But I think when I do people's charts, it's going to be more of a conversation and me teaching, and you'll have a video or audio, more so an audio to listen to when I do it. Because that's just more in alignment with me. Virgo, moon, I'm a talker. I had to figure out, these are things that I had to figure out through the eclipse yesterday. How do I realign myself to doing things that I enjoy to do, but there are parts of those things that are unenjoyable for me. So I have to do it in my own way. And so I think speaking and talking to you is going to be better. And I'm about to test this out on a chart that I'm actually doing for a friend this morning. Instead of doing a whole written thing that just literally drives me. I think that's why it takes me sometimes so long. I'm just not a sitting at the computer typing type of person. This is why I stopped working for other people. All I know how to do well is talk. Okay? That's it. That's all I know how to do is talk. And I can talk you through it. I can talk you to a solution, and I'm a healer. My words are healing. Okay. So this is why I urge you guys to find out what you do well. I heal and I communicate. That is it. And put those two things together. Here we have it. All right. I'm always told my energy is extremely healing, and I know what to say. So there we go. Can I get a redo? I'm the same, and I got one, and that paper. Oh, girl, look, send it back. Matter of fact, don't even send it back. Just send me your birth date and your details, Brianna, and I'll do it for you. And because it's just so much easier, I found out that way for me to work, it just gets done faster. I think that my procrastination comes through because it's like literally my nervous system telling me that you're in a stage in your life that you don't need to be doing what you don't want to do. So you have to reframe it to do it in a way that I enjoy doing it. And it's speaking. So I have to give audios. This is why I prefer doing on the phone readings with people opposed to getting in front of the camera and actually doing. I think it's just, I like to save the camera from when I'm live or whatever. But I like getting on the phone and doing those type of readings on the phone because I can hear your voice. I can pick up on your energy. I like that. Now, a chart, I can look at your chart and get the energy from that. But if it's an actual reading, I like to be on the phone. Is this related to figuring out birth times? Well, I put a pause on that. I could try to do that for you guys if you have the time of day, but that actually takes a lot of energy, and I was doing it for free. So that's why I put a pause on that, because it takes a lot of energy. It doesn't just come out right away with the pendulum. But please, if you have a birth time, and I said I was going to do it, bump it to the top. Aries, Sun, Sagittarius, rising. I think it's 4th house themes. My friend tells me I talk and share too much. Too much? Is there a thing as too much? My mama used to say I talk too much, and look at me now.
You understand? Look at me now. Very true. And my mom talked more than I talk. I mean, it literally runs down. Now my son talks a lot. Very true. When Chelsea says it will be. Um, love you, Gabby. Everything always works out in the end, does it not? Let's take a look here. Somebody said Sagittarius rising. Let's see here. Sagittarius rising was around the 10th house. Career in public life. Okay. A fated ending or shift may open for authentic leadership and recognition. And I'm just reading from the post that I put in the community tab. So a prompt that I put here, where am I working for approval instead of purpose? What kind of legacy do I want to build? So if you want to, who said that? Katrina, I hope I'm saying that. Is it Katrina or Katrina? If you want to journal on that, that's probably something to do because I'm about to do that too. Hello, everyone. We just told them to. Was just told them too loud. We were Aries, so that's us. They could kick rocks. We're gonna be loud. The interesting part is that when I first meet people, people think I'm actually shy. And it's not a shyness. It's just I'm an observer of your energy before I open up. Is this somebody who I feel safe that I can open up to? Because then once I get to know you, I don't stop talking. I'm an Aries sun, Cap rising, Leo moon, and been really reflective this new moon. I was extremely reflective up until it was almost like it was so frustrating for me because I have so many things that I need to get done and I wanted to manifest and complete. And, if you were a client during this month, thank you for your patience because it was just like when spirit says sit down, you have to sit down. Like I had to sit with myself. I had to sit and it wasn't, my ego self was like, oh my God, you got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. But my spirit was just like, you can't do any of it until you understand where you're going and what you're being shaped into and what you're being molded into and what you are moving into. This was truly like, this was a transformational month for me and I was not supposed to be doing anything. And I was beating myself up because I wasn't getting things done. So it was so conflicting for me because I was like, oh my God, I have people waiting. People are impatient. And my spirit was like, this is why we told you, don't book any readings. And this is why the compromise came of, okay, I'll do 2 a week. And that's it, which has been a healthy balance. Because I got that download in, I think, June, like when they said, you got to back up on the readings, because when I absorb other people's energy, I don't have time to reflect on my own. And then there's chaos. I think it's the same thing with, especially when you go into an office and you're around other people, you have to find time to detach and disconnect and be in your own energy without anybody else pulling at it. And this is why spiritual practices of cleansing yourself, cleansing your body are so important. So you could just be in your own energy. When you live in a world where everyone and everything is trying to grab your attention, you don't even know what is you and what is not you. This is why vacations are so important. And so, downtime is so important because you don't know what you're picking up on, if it's you or someone else. You understand? And this eclipse was really showing you, and this is why it was karmic. It was fated. It's showing you this is pulling you in the wrong direction. Whatever house it was falling in for you, it's showing you that this thing right here is taking up too much of my energy for me to be me or be in alignment to what I need to do. And then the new moon part of it pulls in and says, and this is now where you need to focus. Okay. So this thing needs to go, eclipse. This thing, person, situation needs to go. And this is now where you're focusing your energy. And that's all it was, right? And sometimes it could manifest as a conversation, a picking up on the energy, needing to sit with it, journal it, and now you move forward into this new beginning. A lot of people will have issues with going back and forth, trying to explain themselves, especially if it's a relationship dynamic, trying to explain themselves with, This is the time where you really have to be, this is what I said. I'm sorry if it doesn't resonate with you, but this resonates with me. I said what I said, because there are a lot of times when I say karmic, a lot of times this could be very difficult, and that karmic energy is going to pull you back into it. Meaning, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was acting like that, or da 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 da, or in but your discernment has already told you you have to let this thing go. So you have to be careful with karmic situations and relationships. That's how you get stuck in karmic loops and karmic, all of that, right? You understand? I wrote a petition to God yesterday and took a cleansing bath, and I got just felt so tired afterwards. I was supposed to take a spiritual bath yesterday, and I smoked too much, so I didn't. But I will be doing it this today. It's my 11th house, I believe. What is your 11th house? I don't know what your rising sign is. Okay, so let me go. I think I've talked enough now. Let me go. I will talk to you guys later. If you guys are it will be your 9th house. If you're Capricorn rising, it'll be a 9th house. And that's around beliefs, educations, your worldview are being recalibrated. You're releasing dogma and stepping to a freer philosophy of life. All right. All right. So if you guys do want any of the birth charts, I will send you the email of the options that I have, and just, we go from there. All right. October for actual get on the phone conversation readings with me is booked up. But birth chart readings are still open, because I can do that in my own time, free will. But actually getting on the phone with me, September and October are booked. We booked. All right. All right. You guys take care. Have a blessed day.